Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Forik and I'm a game developer. I'm a big fan of Prince of Persia. While The Lost Crown is scheduled to release in less than a month, I know most people are still waiting for that remake, and in this video I'm going to try to compile a list of games that are similar to the Sands of Time trilogy in one way or another. To be honest, I've seen people trying to do that, and if you Google games like Prince of Persia, if the result isn't written by someone, the search very quickly degenerates into useless stuff. I went through 15 results and compiled some statistics based off of that, but at the end it was really mind-boggling that games like Titan Quest and Grim Dawn showed up in them. Like, wow, this is really similar. Yes, good results. But anyway, disregarding some of those shitty results, in this video I'm going to use some community feedbacks on what to play, the list that I myself made based on those results, and my own experience. But I have to admit that I didn't play some of the games that I will mention down the road, but they look and feel very promising. Also, this video is featuring you. Yes, you! Just go down there in the comment section and type what you think fits well on this list. Also, if you really like The Lost Crown, I have some recommendations for games like that as well. Now, before we begin, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends of not being sponsored by anyone but myself. Last week I released a cover / original, I don't know what to call it, of one of the tracks off of Warrior Within. I'm actually proud of it, even though the production is off. Like, why do I look like a ghost? But have a sneak peek right now. I'm very proud of that riff, so go check it out, hopefully after this video. And the link is in the description, and by the way, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or like that. So, on with the video. I just go deal with the lowest hanging fruit, with the Assassin's Creed being the spiritual successor and all of that. Yeah, it's true, but not really. Assassin's Creed went through many trilogies, the RPG trilogy, the latest one, Europe trilogy, the Americas trilogy, and the only one that gives off the Prince of Persia vibes in terms of gameplay is the Ezio trilogy, specifically the Assassin's Soups. In one of my videos playing Assassin's Creed Revelations, I actually thought I had the rewind time button. Because of the traversal sections in those tombs, it feels like a Prince of Persia section. But other than that, it's more of an Assassin's Creed than Prince of Persia, or if you are one of the stealth enjoyers from the Two Thrones on that front, I should say it also waned from Assassin's Creed after Ezio trilogy. It didn't disappear overnight, but it was a gradual waning. I have a video on it, go check it out and subscribe. So with that out of the way, I present you the Darksiders series, especially Darksiders 2. Darksiders is an action-adventure series based off of biblical mythology, and in each game you're in control of one or two of the apocalyptic horsemen. War, death, fury, and strife. And this series is different from other series, that each installment takes inspiration from different games while the core remaining somewhat the same. The first one was Zelda / Devil May Cry / God of War. The third one was Metroidvania / Souls-like, which kind of fits for The Lost Crown being a Metroidvania as well. Although I haven't played the third one, while the second one being Zelda / Diablo / Prince of Persia 3D. i.e. the Sands of Time trilogy. And Darksiders 2 is so fucking good. Death is more agile compared to the other horsemen and allows for traversal sections very much like our beloved Prince games. And the combat is somewhat reminiscent of the freeform combat system added in Warrior Within, except the environmental stuff. But picking up secondary weapons and mixing and matching with your main weapon feels so good. The combos in that game is sorta like Warrior Within as well. If you start an attack with your main weapon, if you press your secondary weapon, it's most likely another combo. Also with your jump button, it's like mix and matches really well with each other with the previous attack. And figuring out what's good for your style or what works is so fun. And there are some good and satisfying puzzles in the game, which is good. My favorite game in Prince is Warrior Within, but I enjoyed the puzzles in the Two Thrones. And if it wasn't great already, the last world in Darksiders 2 contains time travel akin to Warrior Within, and puzzles are based off of that. But I have to break it to you, the last world is really short. You can complete it in 30 minutes. even less. Needless to say, I love Darksiders series. More than that, I love Darksiders 2. And you bet I'm gonna make a video about Darksiders 2, so go check it out. They're on sale most of the time, and subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified when I make that video. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Now the next game. I was actually surprised this game didn't show up that much on the research that I did. And it has a good reason. The game didn't really pop off, but from the stuff that I watched, it really gives off the Prince of Persia vibes. Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. You're in control of two characters, well, mainly the guy named Monkey.
Monkey.
Why?
Monkey.
Yeah, I know. Which is acrobatic and has platforming and traversal sections like Prince of Persia. The combat feels good to watch. It has its own strengths from the looks of it, and the main thing that really convinced me to put this game on this list is the other character, some gal named Trip. And the story is based on the interaction of this duo. Much like Prince of Persia titles, the 3D games were always about the prince and some gals. So go check it out. I myself gonna check it out if my time allows. Now for these games or game series, I'm just gonna quickly go over them. The reasons being, it was mentioned more than once, but either I'm not sure or I haven't played them, so here it goes. Devil May Cry came up many times. To be honest, I wouldn't mention DMC as game series like Prince of Persia, but here it is. If you haven't experienced it, it has good swordplay, the combat is really refined, it's fun, the animation never disappoints, the characters are actually characters, not just through their stories, although it's sometimes meh, but their fighting style and movesets really sets them apart. It's really well done that you can feel the characters and differentiate them solely on their movesets. If you have played Dynasty Warriors, you know what I mean by that sentence. I have played DMC4 and some parts of 3, all of it was good, just stay away from 2. 1 is kinda rough, but the rest is top notch. Casltevania Lord of the Shadow series. If you know Casltevania, the name is linked with the old 2D games. Symphony of the Night is considered to be one of the godfathers of Metroidvania along with some other title. But Casltevania had a reboot in the form of Lords of Shadow series. It was received well, and if you're guessing, yes, I haven't played them. I only played Lords of Shadow 2 for 30 minutes and it blew me so hard. It was really compelling. But things got complicated and I never got the chance to play it. The community thinks that they're really good games, came up many times in my research. So here it goes. Now for the next one, I almost didn't include it because I'm a PC Master Race guy. But on the account of that they ported one of their games to PC, here's God of War. The brutal combat of the game series is really phenomenal. I'm a warrior within enjoyer, and beating up mythological gods in brutal fashion is already a seller in my eyes. And from the videos I've seen, the story is a tragedy through and through. And this dark tone really resonates with the dark tone of Warrior Within as well. The franchise is beyond popular. Chances are you already know it, but here it goes. Tomb Raider came up many times. It's actually higher than everything else on the list that I made. I don't know, to be honest. The last time I played a Tomb Raider was when Lara Croft had giant angles for boobs. And no, this is not from the tag generated list. People really seem to appreciate Tomb Raiders in regards to being similar to Prince of Persia. From the looks of it, it's the platforming and puzzle sections. The combat, not so much, as from what I've seen, it's a range / stealth archery type of thing, but here it is anyway. Some quickfire honorable mentions before we go into the next sections. For most of these, I have no clue or sense of why they came up at all, but they were mentioned a good amount of times, and for almost all of them, I would recommend them as a very good game. And here they go. Batman Arkham games. Played one of them. I have no idea why this one showed up, but they're good. Middle-earth Shadow of Something came up as well. But the shining game mechanic is the nemesis system in those games. That system alone is really good, coupled with top content that is the orth utilized by the system, that delivers the system fantastically. Uncharted also came up, but no. Dishonored and Mirror's Edge and Dante's Inferno are all good games. However, I haven't played them, but from the looks of them and the community response, they're all good, so go check them out as well. Now for the final games that I want to mention, these are based on the concepts and ideas used in Prince of Persia, and they are basically driven to extreme. Omen Sight is a murder mystery game that revolves around trying to save the world of Euralia. I think I butchered that name. By repeating the last day of that world and trying to change the fate of the world by solving a mystery. This looks really promising and I was hooked just because of this. And it reminded me of that the concept of trying to change your fate has been the central theme in the Sands of Time trilogy. And I think this is a very good addition to this list. Also, the combat looks promising as well. Braid is a 2D platforming, yes I know, but bear with me. The platforming and puzzles are based upon a myriad of time manipulation mechanics. Although I haven't played it, but Jonathan Blow, the designer and programmer of this game, is one of my heroes in game development. The game itself has been received extremely well, so here it goes. For the next game that I myself played, Garshas the Monster Slayer. It's basically a poor man's Prince of Persia. Persian man trying to save the kingdom. It has some traversal sections. The combat is serviceable and it's on the Persian settings. But be advised, this game is developed by a very small team. And while I praise them for finishing it, it has its problem and it shows. I will check it out later in some time, but be cautious on this one. And that's it. Oh yes, the Lost Crown enjoyers. Shank is one of the 2D games that never escapes my mind. High octane actions with wacky weapons, a pair of shanks, chainsaw, 2 revolvers, and a shotgun. Don't tell me this is not enticing. And for the Metroidvania enjoyers, I myself can't get around really old games like Casltevania, Symphony of the Night, but one quick search and I came up with Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It's from the developers of Casltevania Symphony of the Night, the same game that I mentioned. This game is really good, received well by critics and players alike, so go check it out if it's your cup of tea. I might check it out myself, but now I'm trying to do something else with my videos for the content on this channel, and that was the video. Recently, basically 1 week ago, we hit the 100 subscribers, and thank you very much for that. And to be honest, I wasn't there for this milestone. It was like I took a break and it was close to 99, and I wasn't there watching the number go up incrementally, but I really appreciate it. Even though I wasn't there to see the numbers rise, I really appreciate it. It's like, I think of it as if someone came to my house and watched this video. However many views I got, 100 of them came up and gave me their badge of trust to see more videos like this. When I think of it like that, first of all, I get really stressed, but I'm really thankful for that. And with that out of the way, I think just end the fucking video. Yeah, bye-bye. Also, this video is featuring you. Yes, you. Nah, fuck.